Welcome to Founders Future, a podcast powered by Closers.io, where we dive into the journeys of innovative entrepreneurs and explore the road ahead for them and their companies. I'm your host, Zach Young, and in each episode, we'll cover the stories behind impactful ventures, the challenges faced along the way, and the strategies driving their future growth. Today, we're joined by Jesse Tolppa, founder of Tolppa Media, a creative marketing and media agency that helps businesses amplify their brand, tell compelling stories, and connect with audiences in meaningful ways. Jesse specializes in helping founders and companies elevate their digital presence through strategic content, visual storytelling, and results-driven media production. With a focus on authenticity, creative excellence, and immeasurable impact, his work supports businesses in building stronger engagement, clearer messaging, and long-term growth. Jesse, a very warm welcome to Founders Future.
Oh, thank you very much for having me, Zach. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. It's going to be a great episode. We got a lot to dive into. Before we do, I do like to start with your background, though. So before Tolppa Media, can you tell us what were you doing previously and what was really your inspiration for getting into the space?
Goes way back now, starting in the Marine Corps. So that was my first stop, was going into the military right after high school. Spent most of my time over in San Diego during my stint in the Marine Corps. Did not do any deployments, thankfully. Then 2010, I got out of the Marine Corps and went to school. I bounced around for a little bit trying to figure out what I wanted to do. Did some pre-law stuff, was like, there's a little too much book work in this. Bounced around a little bit and then ended up going to a school called the New England Institute of Technology right over here in Rhode Island for digital media production. That led me right into doing video production. I started working as a freelancer right after I graduated. I was mostly working with nonprofits right here in the state, just helping them create videos that they thought that they needed. And then, long story short, there was a bunch of transition periods that happened throughout that, and just ended up starting my own company. And then I got a couple of offers for director of marketing position. So I bounced around as a director of marketing for a little bit. And now I'm back full time doing my own agency.
Love it. The journey of an entrepreneur is never linear, is it?
For sure it is not. No.
Never linear, never predictable, but San Diego is not a bad place to spend your 19, early 20s. So
No, it was not.
you've gone through
No,
the
it was
journey.
yeah, for sure.
Love it. And I'm sure things have changed over the years, but let's walk through Tolppa Media today. Let's walk us through the type of work you're doing. How do you structure your work with your clients, who your clients typically are, things like that.
Gotcha. I'm working mostly with Rhode Island businesses, small and medium-sized businesses. I The first time I did an agency, I went full national. I was working with companies all over the country. And this time around, I just decided it was more impactful, not only for the clients, but also for me having face to face with people. So I made a strategic decision to just hone in on just working with Rhode Island businesses. So we work with these companies and we help them set up revenue generating systems within their business, whether that be using or creating new websites or creating content for them just to grab people's attention, running ads for them, SEO, all those kind of things, anything that they need to grab somebody's attention and turn that into a customer. That's what we help them do.
Got it. Okay. Small, medium-sized businesses purely in the state of Rhode Island. Any specific niches you find yourselves working with often?
Not on purpose, but yes. So I do have a pretty heavy presence in the marine industry here in Rhode Island and the auto repair industry here in Rhode Island.
Very interesting. Okay. So only working locally. It's been a while since I've taken geography, but Rhode Island, it's not the biggest state. Am I correct there?
No, it would be the absolute smallest state. Yes.
It is. Okay. So you can make your way around, see different clients, shake some hands, kiss some babies pretty efficiently.
Easy. Easy.
Got it.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm going to take an assumption here. Let me know if I'm wrong. You get a lot of word of mouth referrals just because you're in the community. People know you. You've been there a long time. Am I right there?
Yes. This is what we call the I know a guy state.
You learn something new every day. Rhode
Yep.
Island, not only the smallest, but also the I know a guy state. Got it. Okay. A lot of marine. That makes sense. You guys are on the coast and a lot of auto as well. Okay.
Yep.
Very interesting. So let's focus on those two specific industries particularly. And I'm
Yeah.
sure it's different for obviously every industry is a little bit different, right? But when it comes to marketing in this day and age, the world's changing. It's different than it was 2, 3 years ago, obviously much different than 10 years ago. What do you find is really working for these specific industries currently?
Not even just these specific industries. I'll go very broad with this. What is working is building actual relationships with people online before you ever actually meet them in person. And I see a lot of the companies that are around here and the ones that come to me, what they're doing wrong is they're leaning too far into this AI boom.
Mm.
And what they end up doing is just getting lost in the noise. So I have a different approach with it is and it came from my stint in one of the companies I was a director of marketing with, hiring or managing a sales team in that the big problem that we had was when somebody would show up to an appointment with somebody that they've never met with before, they have to spend the first half of that sales appointment building rapport with them and
Mm.
convincing them that they're a real authentic person. And the way that we solved that was by just having the sales team be authentic in whether it be videos that we were texting to them or even in the ads or in organic social media content so that these potential customers by the time they've gone and clicked on a couple of buttons and booked an appointment, they already feel like they know this person. So when they show
Mm.
up, all of that is completely out of the way. And that has I've found has been completely cross industry. That's there is no, if there is an industry that doesn't work for, I haven't found it yet, but that's my essentially my approach.
I think it's especially true, and you mentioned in the world of AI that we live in. I think, and it sounds a little weird when you say it first, but people are buying people, right?
Yes,
So, man, I know Jesse. I've seen his content on LinkedIn. I've seen his videos. I've seen how he talks. Seems like a guy I get a beer with on a Friday night. It's
exactly.
that is a client you have for life as long as you're good at what you do.
Right.
That's the world we live in. That's what's setting people apart right now. If you can show people authentic human connection, that's what's really going to drive success, even with the growth of AI and whatever it becomes in the next couple of years.
Agreed.
Very
Yep.
interesting. You go to the owner of a car mechanic shop, auto shop,
Yep.
like you mentioned. Is there ever some hesitancy for them to get into content and building those kind of relationships?
Yes, there is always hesitancy. So that's part of the job. But the way that I get around that with car mechanics specifically, generally the owners don't want to be on camera. It's just the way that it is. But the good part of car mechanics is that if you have a shop and you have a few other mechanics, you're not the only one there that can potentially be on camera.
Mm.
And with car mechanics specifically, there is a heavy younger generation, Gen Z, a younger millennial presence in those. Not very difficult to get them on camera. They actually love being on camera. So with my car mechanics, the majority of them they're doing organic monthly content. So we batch that content. We show up, we batch the content, and then we post it and we handle the engagement online, all those kinds of things. But one of the one of the things that I've encountered by doing this specifically with car mechanics is that they are typically stressed out people.
Mm.
And when I'm talking to the owners that don't want to be on camera, I can tell them, you've got a bunch of stressed out young kids that are going to absolutely love the day that I show up with a camera and they get to do some fun stuff on camera. So it's not just a revenue generator, it's
Mhm.
also a rapport builder within their team at their shop. That's been a really effective way of helping them tackle those kinds of things. But
Mm.
again, it's people sell people. That plays right into it. The potential customers in the area are seeing not just the owner of the mechanic shop there, they're seeing all of the mechanics that are going to be working on their car. So they feel
Mhm.
like they're developing a relationship with their mechanic and
Mm.
the team at the shop. So it all plays in together.
Yeah, works for everybody.
Yep.
Absolutely. You've used the term we a couple times. So I assume you built out a team working with you. Walk us through the process you've used of bringing on employees and how has that process gone for you?
So I have no employees.
Oh.
But I have a couple of video contractors that I work with frequently here in the state that I've worked with for many years in many different capacities. Some of them have been prior employees. The In my old agency before I did the bounce around the director of marketing. So the video is I have some contractors that I work with. I also have a little bit of a white label presence and some of the fulfillment that I have as far as SEO is one of them. It's a good friend of mine who owns an SEO agency. We use them for white label fulfillment. And then I have a whole bunch of AI agents that kind of help move the ball in the background.
Yeah. Okay. You mentioned AI a little bit earlier. You said businesses are maybe relying too much on AI. Makes sense. You're utilizing it for your own business. What's your overall opinion on AI, especially when it comes to business?
My opinion on AI is that if you're not careful, you'll go ahead and AI yourself right out of your own job. Relying too much on AI. So the terms that I've been using is AI inspiration versus AI generation. And that's how I've explained it is if you use it well, AI just helps you do more of you. And if you're using it not well, then you're just relying on AI to just do whatever. And that would be so inspiration. I would define it as you're using AI for content. So you're using it for brainstorming, coming up with content ideas. You're using it to help you get a starting point for a script. But basically, you are in total control of the end product that comes out. It can help you get to that point faster, but you're in total control of the product that comes out. AI
Mm.
generation is you type in a prompt, you hit enter, post that, you're done. And that is what most people are using it for. And that I think is a losing strategy with AI.
Yeah. It's a tool to be used by a smart, creative human being.
Right.
We are the carpenter. AI is our hammer, whatever you want to call it.
Exactly.
I get that a lot. And I like that. I talk to a lot of business owners and they all say the same thing. It's great for some back end work, but Jesse's the one driving the business. He's the one shaking hands, kissing babies, going across the state of Rhode Island, whatever it is. AI cannot replace Jesse. So that makes a lot of sense. 2026 is slowly, but also very quickly approaching. I'm curious, do you have any goals you've set for yourself in the business you're looking to achieve next year?
Yes, I do have some goals for 2026. I'm still drawing up what the actual goals are. But just to give some rough estimates, I want to hit a by the end of the year, I want to be hitting around a 30K a month revenue. We're at about half that right now. And I want to begin hiring out the in-house team here.
Great goals to have defined. And you still got some more time to refine them going into 2026. I
Yep,
love it.
absolutely.
Jesse, pleasure having you on. Where can the listeners find you? Where can they connect with you online?
So if you search Jesse Tolpa on any social media, you will find me there. I'm mostly present on Facebook and LinkedIn. I would say more often than not, you can find me on LinkedIn, but you can also find me at tolpamedia.com. That is TOLPPAMEDIA.com. And for those of you military guys out there, that's Tango Oscar Lima, Papa Alpha. There you go.
Appreciate it, Jesse. Pleasure having you on, my friend. Thank you for your time.
Thanks, Zach. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. And that will wrap up another inspiring episode of Founders Teacher. To our listeners, if you enjoyed this episode, make sure to go and connect with Jesse on his social media and website. All of those links will be in the show notes and description down below. And if you are a business owner, specifically a coach, consultant, or agency owner, and you're looking to scale your business, and you really want to enhance your sales and marketing efforts, visit closers.io to hop on a call with our team and discover how we went from 0 to 30 million per year in less than 3 years. Until then, keep on climbing.